Finlay, looks like all things going to plan. It'll be the big 5-0 caps for you this weekend. How much are you looking forward to that experience?
Yeah, it's getting the big 5-0. Hopefully, please go on the weekend. It'd be an incredible honour for me. Look, I know, been in the group for a while now and seen the calibre of players that have got 50 caps, and I suppose to reach that milestone myself, it doesn't really feel real, but something I'm obviously really proud of, and yeah.
The fact that there are the three lads who are going to be having their final home games as well, that might take a little bit of the attention off you. Are you okay with that? Are you someone who's kind of happy to sit back in the background a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously the three boys that are finishing up have been key figures over a really long period of time, and the contributions that they've made on the pitch and off the pitch as well. They're leaders in their own right, and we'll be looking to give them the send-off they deserve. And I think Jack Cunningh's pretty annoyed that he doesn't get all the limelight, but myself and Caelan, we're a bit happier that there's not as much attention on it, thankfully.
And just finally then as well, are you going to have any extra family coming over for the occasion? Any family from Australia?
Yeah, my parents are currently on the way. Maybe in the air right now, I actually don't know. But
what are their names?
Andrea and Roy. Andrea's my mum, just in case. And then Roy is my dad. And then I'll have Sarah, my wife, my son Joaquin, and all their family up as well. So, they'll probably go bananas. But look forward to having the gang up.
Good stuff. Thanks.
Thank you.
Philly, if you had said a few years ago to you you would have won 50 caps for Ireland, would you have believed it?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this recently. There was probably a time where I was like, geez, I'm even going to get 10 caps, and then you kind of get to 10 and you're like, look, I'll just try and get to 20, and then fast forward now on the verge of getting 50. It's, like I said, it's really special, and to see the calibre players that have gone and got 50 themselves, and I suppose to be there myself getting 50, it's something that I'm truly honoured to do, and it's something I value very much.
What was the turning point, do you think, for you? I mean, you're playing a lot of rugby at the moment. You seem to be loving your rugby. Was there a particular turning point, do you think, back to that you really started to feel part of the furniture?
If I'd put my finger at probably around the 2022 towards the back end of Six Nations, like when we played England, when I had my parents then, and that kind of whole season when we went to New Zealand and won that series, and to be a part of those games. I don't know if I've ever felt 100% comfortable is the word, but definitely feel from probably that moment on that felt a real part of the group, and I knew what was expected of me and what I expected of myself, and how I fit into what we're trying to do. And if I had to guess, I'd say it'd be around then. But you're always evolving and trying to get better in it.
And that borne out in the performances on the pitch, the fact that, I know comfortable isn't the word you want to use, but we know what you mean. Is this the best rugby you think you have played in your career?
Probably up there, yeah. If I was being honest. I've had some really good moments over the years, and I suppose, obviously, unfortunately for Tig being out, but it was a really good opportunity for me coming into this campaign and getting really good game time, and like I said, just been in the thick of it, and been part of all the driving the bus in terms of our scrum stuff, and it's been really good for me, and working with the likes of Ports, Sheena, Rowe, young boys, and Tom Clarkson and Jack Boyle, and really getting to know them, and it's been class.
Kieran.
Hey Finlay.
Hello.
Can I just ask you about Bundy? He's obviously in good run of form. Can you just talk about a bit about what he's like as a teammate, and just what stands out to you from playing with him week in, week out?
I'll start with on the pitch. Bundy's a tremendous competitor, and I think every week he plays, he gives it everything he has, and he's one of those players that whenever he puts on an Irish jersey or a Connacht jersey, he really plays with pride, and on top of that, he's he's smart with the game, how physical he is. He's kind of the whole package, isn't he? So playing with Bundy, I think he kind of brings everyone with him, and he's certainly a leader in his own right. Off the pitch, he's a bit of a nuisance. Do anyone do Wordle in here? In the morning? a few of the boys do it, and then like he's up at the crack of dawn for some reason, and then like he just writes into the WhatsApp group so lads be like, oh yeah, I can do my well today, like lovely, good start day, and he just spoils it for everyone. He's that kind of character, but like on the pitch he's brilliant, and then he ruins my well sometimes. So I woke up one morning there last week and he was sending it in at like 6:30. I was just like, sound like. Anyway.
Owen.
Hey, Finlay.
Hello.
Can you tell us some stories about Pete, Connor and Keane and just what they mean to the group?
Yeah. I suppose been a part of their journey and the contributions they've all made in their own way, and I know, look, I'm quite close to all three of them, especially Pete. Look, I know it'd be emotional for him on Saturday, and like I said before, we'll look to give them the send-off they deserve. But in terms of stories, I look, it's just some of the big days we've had as a team, and been able to do it with them, and for me to do it with them, like certainly look back on and all that with fond memories from a personal point of view. But like I said, their careers have been ridiculous in their own right. So certainly losing 3 leaders after this campaign, but we're kind of focused on this week and giving them a send off like they deserve, you know.
Is there any special plans for Thursday or anything like that around it?
Top secret, I think.
Are we doing some?
I don't know.
TBC.
Last time.
Yeah.
Cameron, then Derek.
And last time, I think you got deserved plaudits when France came here in 23, and you're passing to Hugo for that amazing try. What can we expect in the Finlay Bealham playbook this weekend?
Yeah, well, I had a nice moment in that game a couple of years ago, but what you didn't see was the training before it and how many times I fucked it up. I mean, how many times I screwed it up. Even like the captains run the day before. But thankfully when it mattered, we got it right. But look, I'm focused on just doing my job. Obviously set piece is a big one. France have a unbelievable set piece. Then around the pitch they have some like really dynamic forwards that are really physical on top of it. Then they have backs, as we all know, that can tear the shreds. So big focus on that, and then just play my game.
Thanks. Sorry, Brendan.
Just on that game, Finlay, I mean, that was, I think, was looking at it there as your second game in when the tie was out. Like, you've been very accustomed to coming off the bench, and there was a lot made of that before that game about yourself and Rob started in the front row and stuff as well. What's your memory of how you fronted up in terms of the scrum and just forward battle in general that day?
Yeah, look, not much of the personnel has changed in France since then. I know that the same tight head and hooker and all that, but obviously we had a big focus in terms of to scrum work. They, like I said, they have a unbelievable scrum. They're big men. Obviously we want to kind of scrum our way and scrum at a really good height and working as a really good unit. It's more of the same this week. Kind of been aware of what they can do, and then they're world class at what they do, and making sure that we're all together on the same page and we can implement our plan.
Okay, Derek.
You mentioned a lot of people who helped you out. I'm just curious about just given events just sort of in the Six Nations window where people get a chance. Your first chance is at Belfast Harlequins. You come across and you play AIL and whatever. So is there anybody that you remember helped you greatly there, or just can you remember just the start of going down there, what you were thinking, how far away was Ireland maybe? Yeah, I initially first came over as a teenager, and then came in January and wasn't able to play for Belfast Harlequins first grade, so I was playing second grade on a Sunday or something in Ophir away as a young lad. But I've certainly had loads of people over the way that have really given me a lot in terms of being able to learn things and pick things up, whether it's players or coaches. Like I had a pretty tough first 6 months when I first came over, initially been based up in Ulster, but I think a lot of where I found my feet was at Connacht, and look, I'd have to say like the likes of Jimmy Duffy, Nigel Carlin, they were the academy coaches at the time. They really took a liking to me and developed really good relationships with them, and but look, it'd be tough to name everyone along the journey. I think at different times you have different people, but at that moment in time when I was
first into Connacht, and I just left Ulster and probably didn't have the best time on or off the pitch. You know, I think they were big drivers in me finding my feet in Galway.
I'm not familiar with who's in the Ulster J1 division, but is there any particular trip you can remember where you were thinking, oh my God, this is playing on the side of a field, on the side of a mountain? Or you don't come out of Ulster in their J1 tree. There's no fixture in Dublin or Dundalk.
No, if I'm being honest, I couldn't even tell you. I think they were just like, look, you need to get some rugby before the Irish 20s kick off, and Belfast Harlequin 2s are playing Ophir away, and we'd like you to play. And then it's a very long time ago now, but I'm sure there were plenty of random spots that I went to.
Donegal, for instance, because Donegal is in the J1 league.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was all a bit of a whirlwind at that stage. I was a young lad and trying to find my feet and trying to be a professional rugby player, and just figuring it all out.